Hi guys, what's up? Tora here. First off, here are the babies. You guys haven't seen them in a long time, and I actually did change them today. I just kind of did a little bit of a reborn therapy time and just kind of changed them and cuddled them for a little while. There's Bella and Braylon and Brooklyn. I'm just gonna keep my camera, phone, whatever, on them because I need to update you guys. My videos are probably going to be kind of few and far between for a while. Because if you guys have been watching my videos as of lately, you know my mom's been having health issues. She had blood clots in her lungs in January, and then just before I went to Florida, she went to the hospital with a bowel obstruction, and she was getting better, but then she really wasn't making improvements anymore, and the doctors just kept trying the same thing over and over again to get her better, and it wasn't working. She ended up being transferred from a small local hospital here to a bigger hospital a little further away from us, and she wasn't getting any better, and her cancer doctor jumped on board because he initially thought that the bowel obstruction was due to adhesions from the surgery he had done on her last year for her cancer. And so he jumped on board and decided that they needed to do surgery to make sure, because he was afraid that there was a chance maybe her cancer was back. And so they did surgery, and she had surgery this past Wednesday. Surgery was at 3 o'clock. It actually started a little after 3 o'clock, and lasted about 4 hours. But we didn't really get good news after her surgery at all. First off, she ended up on a ventilator. And if you don't know what a ventilator is, it basically is a tube that they put in her mouth that goes down her throat and into her lungs, and it gives her oxygen and basically breathes for her. So she ended up on a ventilator because her lungs still were not completely fully healed from when she had the blood clots. So they ended up having to, because she wasn't maintaining her oxygen levels under the anesthesia, so they ended up having to intubate and put her on the ventilator. And she also started to, because with the bowel obstruction she was throwing up a lot, she also started to throw up a little bit in her sleep, so she aspirated just a little tiny bit into her lungs too. So the anesthesiologist had to suction her and then ventilate her. So she ended up on a ventilator, and just after surgery was on 100% oxygen. So that was already scary. And then when her cancer doctor, who was doing the surgery, came to talk to us after the surgery, he didn't give us good news at all. My mom's cancer is back, and it came back very fast, very vigorous. They had to remove a foot of her small intestine that had cancer on it. There was 2 big tumors that they removed, and the doctor said he removed as much of the cancer as he could, but her colon was lined with cancer, her intestines were lined with cancer, and her liver was also coated with cancer. And there's cancer all over her abdomen as well. And it basically just was everywhere inside of her. And he removed as much of it as he could. But he told us that it isn't good. He said that if they can get her off the ventilator and eating normally and healed from surgery good, they can look into doing more chemo. But the fact is, more chemo won't cure her. It'll just prolong her life. He said, if she were to choose to do chemo and respond to chemo really, really good again, it could maybe give her another 2 years, maybe. But he said, it'll probably depend how well she heals, and we'll have to see at that point how worth it chemo will be, and it'll have to probably be up to her and up to us as a family whether or not it's worth her to go back on chemo, because essentially chemo is just going to prolong her life. It's not going to cure her. The doctor said she can't be cured. So basically, my mom is dying. She's gonna die. And getting that news just was the hardest thing to ever hear in my life, especially considering she was in remission and she was doing so good for so long. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, it just came back like that, just so fast. And I mean, it was like a month ago she had blood work and it was all normal and there was no cancer. And just all of a sudden, just like that, it's there and it's everywhere. And it just. And to hear that she cannot be cured and it's just been a lot to deal with and to try to process, and I'm still trying to process it, and I just keep thinking all these thoughts keep coming to my mind that I don't even like to say them out loud just because it's awful to think about, and I don't want to think about it, and just it's so. Yeah, I'm just going through a lot right now, and like I said, my videos are probably going to be kind of few and far between for a while. I won't make any promises on when I get videos up. Me and my family and my mom, we need all the prayers we can get to, guys. Just be praying for us a lot. This is just so hard. At this point after surgery, my mom is doing well. They're very pleased with the progress she's made. She's down to, like I said, she was at needing 100% oxygen. Now she's only on 40% oxygen, so she's gone down a lot. And she was a little bit responsive yesterday, and my dad said she was more responsive today, but really was doing about as well as she was yesterday. Basically just said she was a little bit more alert today. She did have a slight fever too, so they started her on some antibiotics, and they're hoping to start kind of getting her bowels working again, and it's a slow process, but really the prayers that we can have, I would say our biggest prayer is just to be able to keep her as long as we can and enjoy as much time as we can with her. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Just please be praying a lot for me and my family and my mom, because this is a hard thing, and I just don't understand why this is happening, and it's just so many thoughts and emotions. So, that's my update for you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye.